I've been doing more research into the Opendoor stock and it's getting really interesting. I found some more information about the short float that I want to share with you guys, especially when it comes to the failures to deliver and the cost to borrow and exactly what it means for the stock price movement and some pattern that I'm seeing that I think you'll find very interesting. And the more I do my research into this stock, the more I am personally getting convinced that this could be the next GameStop or AMC like rally. So we have some really interesting information to dig into in this video. And please watch this video till the very end because I'm going to show you a bonus stock that's adjacent to Opendoor. This stock, I think, will do something similar to Opendoor and it will be affected by the Fed rate cut that's coming up. So please watch this video till the very end. I'm not going to tell you when in the video. I'm going to reveal this other stock that's very similar to Opendoor and just had a massive volume move. And I don't think anyone has made a video about this stock yet. So watch this video till the very end because I will reveal that stock towards the end. And don't try to skip because you're not going to know exactly when I reveal that stock. So watch this video till the very end. And also, can you please do me a favor and give this video a like right now, please? Let's get one of my videos to 100 likes. If you're watching this video, just give this video a like. And so let's dig into it. So like any short squeeze, this short squeeze will be driven by the incredibly high short float, which is at 21% right now. And I have been noticing some interesting data on what this means. I think on opendoor.com, we're on the brink of a short squeeze, like a massive one, like we saw in GME. Everything's kind of setting up towards that short squeeze. And I think short sellers are going to get wrecked again. A lot of time this happens because there's a lot of naked shorting where like people don't actually have the shares to short. They just want to take advantage of the price movement going down without actually having the shares to borrow, which causes this massive short squeeze. And I'm going to show you some data that's really interesting. You saw it in the beginning of the video. I'm going to go over it in more detail and then explain to you exactly what this means. But first thing we have to establish is that look at the short float. It's 21%, very, very high. So that's the first catalyst. The short float is very high. The second thing we want to look at is the failures to deliver. As you can see, it's kind of climbing up. This week, the failures to deliver was at 72 million. And notice this, notice like back in 2021, it was slowly climbing up. And we're going to take a look at the price to see what happened back in 2021. So to get a better picture, let's take a look at the weekly. Let's open up the weekly. And you see like this week, actually, let's go back. We're going to go back and forth to kind of get a clear idea. This is the first week where the failures to deliver just jumped up so drastically. And if you don't know what the failures to deliver mean, I have it highlighted right here. So the failures to deliver means that short sellers are struggling to deliver borrowed shares, especially if a stock has high short interest, which Opendoor does have with 20%. And in the long term, what it could mean is that it's going to force the short sellers to cover their position, buying it back at a higher price. And that's what causes this dramatic rise in price. And if you want to see like what this could result in, I'm going to show you an example of what happened with Opendoor and also what happened with GameStop. So let's take a look at the Opendoor chart. So we saw like here back in 2021, these failures to deliver kept rising. This was this was the first big move, kind of like similar to what we're seeing this week, and then boom, 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 just like kept going up. And so that was like say around January, February, March. So let's go back in time. Let's go take a look at 2021. We can't see the data past like January 2021, but I bet it was also like the failures to deliver was also high, but we can kind of see like what was happening on January, February. And as you can see here, it was like at peak when the failures to deliver were like peaking here, the stock price was peaking. But you saw it was like it was steadily climbing up. And I don't think we have peaked yet. I think this is just the beginning. So if I'm going to keep you guys updated on this information, so please like and subscribe and turn your notifications to get notified whenever I come across interesting information. Now, also, let's take a look at one more thing. So we're going to take a look at cost to borrow. And this is also very important. Look at how drastically the cost to borrow has risen in the past, like since July and like pretty much in the past few months. And look at the correlation between that and the massive jump in the stock price from like down to like, we're like almost at like 40 cents to like $4, $4.70 right now. So that's like almost 10x. And I think the cost to borrow is going to be at the compared to like look at the cost to borrow. So So all of 2024 and 2025, the cost to borrow was like nothing. So like it made sense for short sellers to take advantage of the negative price movement and borrow the stock at a lower cost and make profit on the price going down. But that is no longer the case. It's really expensive to like borrow the stock relatively and try to make money on the price movement going down. So the short sellers, with everything, the short sellers, they're not gonna stop trying to like short the stock. Like when the stock rallies up to $10, and I explained how that could happen in the previous video, there's going to be more like short sellers coming in, being like, okay, this might be the top. It's not gonna go above $10, and they're going to pay this like ridiculous price to like borrow the stock and try to short it at $10, hoping that the stock's gonna go down to like five $5, and they can make that like 100% profit. And it could do it temporarily, but the stock, I think it's going to do something similar to GameStop, where it's going to be so volatile that they're not going to be able to get out in time. And it might dip down to like $7, $8 and then just shoot back up to like $12. And I'm going to show you exactly how that could potentially look. This is the GME stock chart. And as you can see, this is when like there was like so much like euphoria and hype. And all this, the same thing were happening. Again, with Opendoor, I think we're just on the cusp, on the beginning of everything setting up. I don't even understand, like, after this GameStop drama and how we proved that retail investors can have such like stupid, drastic influence on stock price, why short sellers are still doing the same thing over and over. But as you can see here, GameStop had a massive like 1600% rally in like 3 weeks, which is like 16x. And the same thing was happening over here. The cost to borrow was incredibly high. Short sellers got caught, they got liquidated. And this is just to show you an example of like something what we could potentially see happen in the open door stock. And let's go back to this chart. And we see that it is just kind of on the brink. Again, it's not going to from here. I don't think it's yet going to just go up. You're not going to see that massive rally yet. I think we have to at least wait until the next Fed rate cut announcement. But the setup is all there. Everything's kind of looking prime for the stock to like do something crazy in the next, like maybe by the end of the year, or maybe even a month or two, some major moves. Again, I'm going to keep you guys updated on these information, the cost to borrow, the short float, and most importantly, the failures to deliver. So let's take a look at that one more time. I think this failure to deliver is a very important metric that I want to keep track of, and I will keep you guys updated. So please subscribe and turn on your post notification. Um, if this goes up again, if there's more failures to deliver, so this is updated on a bi-weekly basis, so we won't see what happens. We won't know what happened like in the past 2 weeks until like maybe a few more days, and I will keep you guys updated. I want to see, so I'm very curious. Will this go up? Like it was at 72 million. Will we see it at 100 million, and then will we see something similar like this? Like it just keeps going up, and the price keeps going up. And if the price keeps going up, which I think it will, because there's a lot of information in this video I'm not giving you that I already went over in the previous video, so I don't want to be repetitive. But another thing, I'll just repeat this one. We had a buy trigger right here, and it's trading above the 200-day moving average on the weekly chart for the first time ever in its history. And that is a very, very big deal. So I think the price is only going to keep going up from here. But my previous video, I've been getting a lot of comment. I told you if I get 50 comments saying like options, then I will start doing like options play on the stock, which would be just for fun. Options are very risky. It's like gambling. So I'm not going to spend too much money, like 50 or $100 options play, try to see if I can like 10 exit in like a week or like, less than a week. Cause I'm just going to do short term, like 4 or 5 day expiration options. So if you, again, go to my previous video, comment options or like this video. If this video gets like 100 likes, then I'll know that, yeah, that's the content you guys want to see. And I'm kind of working on it. I have alerts set. I kind of went over that in the previous video. Like I have specific alerts set, and when my alerts get triggered, that's when I'll go buy the options. I won't make the video right away. I'll wait till I sell it to see what the final result would be, and then put the whole thing together and make the video. So now that you have made it this far, this is the bonus stock that I'm going to give you. Congratulations on making it this far in the video. And now let's take a look at the bonus stock. So the bonus stock we're going to look at is called OfferPad. So OfferPad does pretty much the same thing as Opendoor. It's a iBuying website where you can go and look at homes to purchase like online. And look at this chart. So this chart is looking super like juicy, like it's looking prime for like a breakout. So since IPO, it was at trading at $170, which is like incredible. They only had one stock split right here. let's see, let me double check. Yeah, only one stock split. And I think this was just to like stay Nasdaq compliant. So they're trading down like like 99% from their IPO days. And look at this, just a downtrend all the way. And it's for the first time this week. Look at the volume. Like this volume, you have to see it like relative to like everything. Like here, all throughout on a weekly basis, we had a volume of like a couple 100,000, maybe a million here and there. This week, something insane happened. 210 million in volume. Insane, insane. We had a buy signal actually a few weeks back, and it's kind of above the 50-day moving average on the weekly chart, which is very, very important. When a volume like this comes in like this is like, I would say, just like I called open at 71 cents and it's like at almost $5 now. I'm similarly confident that from here, it's not going to go down. Like when a volume like this comes in, it's not going to go all the way back down to like $1. That's like, I have like zero evidence. Like it like almost never happens. So I'm like 95% confident that from this point, it's just going to like keep rallying up and up. And especially with the information of the Fed rate cut coming out in September, this stock is primed to like, test this 200-day moving average at least by the end of the year. So from here, that's incredible, like 500%. So if you don't mind your cap, again, nothing is financial or trading advice. I have to give you that disclaimer. I'm just giving the education. But if I didn't mind my capital being locked up for until the rest of the year, this would be like the easiest, like no brainer. Like, okay, I personally can't lose money if I just have my money in it. But I personally, the way I like to trade, I don't like my capital being locked up for, months and months. So I try to take opportunities of like a swing trade. Like I don't like my money being locked up for more than 2, 3 weeks. So on the daily chart, again, the daily chart looks phenomenal. We got another buy signal here. I think what's going to happen short term is that it's going to come down. Because it's not gonna just keep printing green candles after green candles. It's going to come down. We're going to get a golden cross on the daily chart. We're going to get this 50 crossing over the 200 on the daily chart, and it's going to come down. And maybe, okay, let's take a look at the way I would trade it. Again, I'm kind of going back and forth. I don't know, like tell me in the comments, do you want me to see trade options on OfferPad too, or just Opendoor stock? So I might, if the options are cheaper on OfferPad, but I'll see. But the way I would trade it is that I'm on the 45-minute chart. I will wait for it to come down and touch this 50-day moving average, because the 50-day moving average will keep climbing. As the price keep climbing, the 50-day moving average will keep climbing. So once it touches that and it bounces off the 50, that's when I would, okay, put in a that's when I will get in and just have an exit strategy. Maybe exit at a 50%, or I'm feeling less risky, just exit at 20%. But this would be a swing trade. Um, even though I feel pretty confident that, this stock, look back on this video, like I'm 95% sure this stock is going to trade higher than $3.73 in 2, 3 months from now. So if you don't mind your capital being locked up for like a few months, this is like an easy, like no brainer. Like, yeah, you're going to make profit on the stock, because again, look at the insane volume. This volume came in on Monday, just insane. So whenever something like this happens, these aren't just like retails. These are like major hedge funds that have like some information. Maybe they know for a fact that the rate cuts are coming. Maybe they have some other information like the general public isn't privy to yet, but the volume doesn't lie. Whenever a volume like this comes in, this is kind of like a no-brainer. There's way more buying pressure. So the stock price is going to rally from this point. So this is kind of a no-brainer, but the way I'm going to trade is like, if I do, is I'm going to wait for the price to come down, test this moving average. And once I see it bounce back off of it, that's when I'll feel comfortable taking a position. And then from there, I have to figure out like, okay, at what point do I want to exit? Because this could also become as euphoric as Opendoor. I think Opendoor is on a different league because there's so much Reddit hype. OfferPad, not yet, but it might catch on. But there's just way more Reddit hype on Opendoor compared to OfferPad. And even people like Anthony Pompliano is talking about Opendoor. I think he bought some shares himself, and Eric Jackson is doing CNBC interviews talking about Opendoor stock. So I think as of right now, there's more euphoria and hype with Opendoor, but I think OfferPad, this stock can like catch up to that euphoria and hype. So I hope you enjoyed this information. If you could please do me a favor and give this video a like, that would mean a lot to me. Trying to get one of my videos to 100 likes. I keep asking you guys over and over, but it's not happening yet. I see a lot of you guys are liking the videos, but like the last open door video has over 1,000 views, but like 30 likes. Let's just get to 100 likes. It shouldn't be that hard. If you're, especially if you made it this far and you're listening to me right now speak this far into the video, just give this video a like. I really appreciate it. And comment. I'll respond to every single person that comments. Let me know what you think about this stock. You can talk to me about anything. I respond to every single person who leaves a comment. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and I will see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.